Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be building Mr. Circuit Lab number 15. So if you want to open up a new Tinker Cad and create a new circuit, we get started. Okay, now that we have a new Tinker Cad set up, why don't we start by bringing some of our components. We can start with our breadboard. Next we can bring in our capacitor. You can see it's here under the basic components, but if it's not there you can always search capacitor. And we're going to be changing this to a 0.01, and then in the drop-down menu select the UF. Next we can bring in our transistors. So we search transistor, and the first we need is an NPN transistor. This is the one with the big N on it, and we can also scroll down and select the PNP transistor, the big P on it. Next we can select our resistors. We'll drag in our 15,000 ohm resistor, and we're also going to rotate that 90 degrees so it fits better in the breadboard. You can drag in another resistor, and this one is going to be 620,000 ohms. And we're going to rotate this one as well. Now we can bring in our speaker, our surge speaker. So it looks like right here. And our 9-volt battery. We can drag that in, place on the left side, and we're going to rotate it 180 degrees so it fits better on our breadboard. Okay, now we should have all of our components in, so we can start placing them. Why don't we start with our NPN transistor. This is going to go in the first row, row J, all the way in the top corner here. Next, we can place our PNP transistor. This is also going to be in row J, 4 spaces down from the first Q1 transistor. Now we can make a connecting wire between these two first. Go from the third lead of the NPN transistor to the middle or base lead of the PNP or Q2 transistor. Next we can bring in our C1, the capacitor. This is going to go first into row I in line with our third lead of Q2. And the other side will be going also in row I, 4 spaces down. Next we can bring in our 15,000 ohm resistor, our R1. The first side of this is going to go in line with the middle or the base wire lead of Q1, and this is going to go in row G, and the second end of this is going to go in row H in line with the right side of our capacitor here. Next we can bring in our R2 with 620,000 ohm resistor, and this one is going to go first in row F, connected to the third lead coming out of Q1, and the other end will also go in line with our first resistor and our capacitor, all the way down in row F. Next we can bring in our speaker. First, why don't we rotate the speaker so it fits easier in the circuit. We can bring the positive lead of our speaker, and that will go in line with the third lead of Q2 down in row G, and the negative lead of our speaker here can go all the way in row F in line with the first lead of Q1 all the way in the corner here. Okay. Lastly, we can bring in our 9-volt battery so we can test our circuit. So I'm going to bring in the positive, or the red lead first, and that's going to go in line with lead number 1 of Q2, and that's going to go in row G. I'm going to change that to red. And now the black or negative battery lead can go in row I in line with our first lead of Q1 here. Change that to black. So now our circuit should be all set up. So I'm gonna hit start simulation. You can see the 3 lines coming off the speaker, and you can hear the noise. That shows that our speaker is working. It's producing the noise it should. So that means you built your circuit correctly. If this hasn't happened yet, make sure you're troubleshooting, checking to make sure all of your components are in the right spots. If not, ask us. We can help you out as well. But once your circuit is complete, don't forget to take your screenshot, share it with us, and you're all set. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.